What's up, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. It's another day, another vlog, another voiceover topic. So the question is, how did you surprise yourself this year? What are you most proud of, and how did you accomplish those results? So I'm going to start by saying that dealing with some of my childhood trauma, as well as just working on my mental health, is probably what surprised me the most this year. My church had a sermon series, and it was called Am I Healthy? Like, just plain, Am I Healthy? And it really just a couple weeks, and we were really just talking about mental health. And one particular week, one of the guest speakers were really just talking about like their childhood and how different things would be going on in their home. And when people would ask them like, oh, how's everything going? The answer most times was like, oh, everything's fine, we're good. They had problems, they had issues, and honestly, they needed help. But you don't tell the world your problems because people are going to talk about you, was basically how they were raised. Fast forward in their marriage, they were, dealing with some things and similar situation like, hey, like we're praying about it, but we're not going to tell people like what we're going through because we don't want people talking about us. And that resonated with me on such a deep level because I grew up the same way. Like, there would be things that would occur in our household, but when somebody asks you, like, oh, how are you doing? I'm fine, I'm okay. Meanwhile, there were certain adults, they would come up to my mom and it's like, I feel like Ashley is just such a depressed child. And I really was. But on the outside looking in, I'm fine. So how did I surprise myself? I did the opposite of what I typically do. Naturally, I'm more introverted, don't really like being around too many people, and I started getting into groups. I started, getting involved in different things within my church and meeting people. I didn't just sit and listen to conversations. I would start to actually add my own input into different conversations. And by having those discussions, like, you really start to learn a lot about the world around you as well as yourself. I also identified like a lot of my issues and different things that, are the reason why that I am the way that I am as an adult because of, different things I experienced in my childhood. And I just didn't identify those things, but I also worked through those things and learned to release those things. And surprise, surprise, I was able to work through a lot of those things by being around other people. So like, iron really does sharpen iron. So find your people, find those people that you can talk to and that will give you good counsel and advice. My cats are fighting in the background, but what am I most proud of? I'm proud of the fact that I didn't just look at, my issues and be like, okay, I know what my issues are. I've identified them. But also I looked at them and it's like, okay, let me grab a shovel. Let's start digging this stuff up, getting to the root, uprooting them, and let's start planting things that are healthy, things that are good, that are going to, help me as a person to grow and not hold me back as a person. And, as I was going through this and working through these different things, I was also in the middle of the Turn Up Instructor program, and I was realizing like, okay, as I'm taking out this unhealthy stuff and I'm adding in healthy things, it's not just bettering me and my life, but it's also preparing me to be able to be of more of a help and a service to other people. You can't pour from an empty cup. And just like you can't pour from an empty cup, you also can't teach information that you yourself have actually never learned. You have to learn it for yourself, go through it for yourself, see the results, and then it's like, okay, now I can like actually help other people, like not just entertain, but also try to help them figure out something about themselves. Like, somebody else had to help me figure out something about myself. So I hope all that makes sense. Thank y'all for coming to my TED Talk once again. Just a quick announcement. I recently became a Like to Know the creator, so make sure you go down to that description box. Check out my store. It is launching on Wednesday. Yeah, thank y'all so much for watching these videos. Thank y'all for listening to me. I really, really appreciate it. Y'all have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.